Today I am thrilled to be back and show you how you can get started creating those Christmas cards and adding the sparkling poinsettia to it. If you and I have not met, my name is Emma Lou with Heartfelt Creations, and recently we just launched the sparkling poinsettia as a digital download. You know, Christmas is less than 5 months away. Yep, I know. It seems it comes around a little bit quicker every year. And I want you to experience the joy of truly creating those Christmas cards without the last minute rush that the season typically brings. So today, let's take a look at what we have in front of us and create some cards together utilizing the digital downloads with a sparkling poinsettia collection. So last Wednesday, we learned how to create these beautiful sparkling poinsettias together. Today I'm back to share how you can add it to an easel card, how to create an inside with a beautiful pocket that you can add a gift card, and also a beautiful card that utilizes tags and dimensional poinsettias and all of that fun stuff. So let's get started. Now, if you're just joining me, let me know where you're watching from. Introduce yourselves. Let me know if you're new or returning crafter. Welcome. I'm so glad that you are here. So today I'm starting with a 5.5 by 5.5 card base, and I just folded the top in half to create that easel base. Okay. I did want to utilize some decorative pattern paper in the background. You don't see a lot of it. However, you do see a little bit with what we're going to be creating with this card. So we're going to go ahead and kind of create that base piece first, and then we'll add all of the fun elements to it. So if you missed how to create the sparkling poinsettias and you love learning how to create kind of a 3-color, multicolor poinsettia, adding some crystal lacquer and some fun glitter embellishments, how to shape, layer, all that fun stuff, how to add the berries, let us know in the comments and we'd be happy to share a link to that video. This is the base piece that will also be there as something that holds up our easel and kind of braces it. So I did already put some foam dots on the back to create that pocket form. So you can go ahead and do this. Now the beauty of the digital downloads is this. You don't have to have the anxiety of running out of your favorite Christmas paper with it, which is amazing. So you can have all the images within the sparkling poinsettia collection and print and cut them as many times as you like. So whether you are a crafter that sticks to only one Christmas card design, you make 25 or 100 of them, or if you're a crafter that likes to make 10 different cards, 10 of each one, you get to choose how many, but you don't have to have the fear of running out. So we have this beautiful base piece created, and then you can go ahead and you can add a gift card, you can add a special sentiment that just slides in the base. So that's a quick way to decorate the inside of a card. Some of you have been asking, you're like, I want to know how to decorate the inside of a Christmas card beautifully. And you can go ahead, you can sign this card on the back if you wanted to. You can put the name of who you're giving it and the inside on the top and all that fun stuff. Now, for the fun part of decorating this. So I did choose to do an oval. I made it quite large, meaning the width is almost 5.5 inches. So when I printed this out, I wanted it to be able to, you know, flatten. It will still go out the top a little bit, but since this is a 5.5 inch card, it still fits your 6x6 envelope, so you don't have to worry about that. But we're just going to go ahead and we're going to glue the bottom base piece, okay? So we're going to do that first, and we'll just add a quick little line of glue in here. Now, if you're on the sidelines and you have never created with digital downloads, let us know in the comments. We'd be happy to give you the resource links on how to get started with that so that you can experience the joy and ease of creating digitally and start creating your own Christmas cards for this season. There is just something that's just so therapeutic and amazing and beautiful about creating your own Christmas cards. I have fond memories of when I was young. I got introduced to crafting when I was 9 years old, and one of our favorite seasons to create cards for was Christmas. So there were many Christmas seasons where we would all sit around the table and we would make Christmas cards, and we would make a lot of them. And I have such fond memories of doing that. So it's a great thing to do, not just by yourself, but also with your family, your grandkids, things like that. So with this, I have the option where you can have this image printed from the digital elements, or you can buy the digital stamp image, and you can print it out in black and color it. So you get to choose how you want to utilize this image. So for this one, I just added some foam dots on the back, so we're going to go ahead and add that. So if you feel limited on time, you can print out the pre-colored option, just add some three-dimensional poinsettias on top. However, if you're a colorist, you love to just, be watching some TV, you love to color, you can cut out a bunch of those candle images and color and glitter them. That's what we would do, except we didn't have TV growing up. We would just sit around the kitchen table, color a bunch of images, and then we would add our glitter, our crystal lacquer, all that fun stuff to the top of it. So do you see how quickly this is just becoming an amazing masterpiece? Like, I did not do that much to this to make it look like this. Now, here's where you could have chosen to go a couple different ways. You could have totally chosen to have this piece in the bottom instead of the piece that we chose. Can you see that? You could have chosen to do that. There are many different ways that you could have embellished this specific card, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and I am going to add one poinsettia on the top, and I'm really going to utilize the background pieces. So we're just going to do one poinsettia on the top, and then we're also going to add some dimensional leaves. So this is a poinsettia that I had created previously. If you need to see how that was done, let us know in the comments, and I would love to share that with you. We did a video last week with that, okay? So I hope that doesn't slide if I have this standing up. Sometimes it takes just a little bit of time for that glue to grab. And then we'll go ahead and add some leaves. Now, since I'm just going to kind of offset these leaves and put two on each side, I'm going to offset them first. And we're just going to do something like this to kind of create a duo of leaves that will go in the back on both sides. Now, these leaves I did not color. I actually just printed the pre-printed leaves and cut those out with my digital machine. Okay. So those are wanting to slide because I have this card standing upright, but I want you to be able to see the full depth of what's happening here. Let me just get in the back there and press that down a little bit. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, okay? I can still see that moving just a little bit, but this is the joy of being able to customize it and do what you feel is doable for you. So you don't have to, the days of having to choose how many cards or do I have time for it are over. You get to choose to still make Christmas cards that you absolutely love and enjoy putting together through, if you just want to do no coloring, if you want to color, the choice is totally yours. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, most of you have seen me add glitter. If you need to see how that's done, let us know in the comments and we can give you a different video that shows glitter. But I am going to go ahead and add some crystal lacquer up in here to just add some shine. We'll add some glitter to that so that we can see how that works. Excuse me while I just empty my tidy tray for a bit, and we'll add the glitter to that. Okay, so first up we're going to add some of the crystal lacquer to make this very shiny. So I am going to just flatten this a little bit. I am going to use the tip that comes with the crystal lacquer, and we're going to put that on the wick, and we're going to put that on the candle as well, and then we'll add our glitter to it. Okay, so we'll act like that is just running with wax, and then I'm going to use my ultra fine crystal glitter. We do have this available on the website if you're looking for a really artistic glitter that just shimmers and shines and just adds the extra sparkle and glam to your Christmas cards. We have this, plus we also have the crystal clear, which is more of a chunky glitter. So the ultra fine comes in a container like this, and then the crystal clear will be more of a chunky glitter that I like for those poinsettias and snowflakes and all that fun stuff. So hopefully that inspires you with yours. Just excuse me while I pick up a cap that fell to the floor. So I am going to lay this flat to dry while we make our other card. So that is the basics of that one. That one just was done in a flash when you have those images printed and ready to cut out. Now our next one I'm super excited about. This one is utilizing these beautiful tags. Like, look at the different tags that you can print out. You can have them cut out with your digital machines in any size from small giant tags. Like the sky's the limit with that. So with this one, I wanted to create kind of a focal point with this paper in the front. And we're going to slide kind of a pocket image with this as well. So we're going to slide that in the back. And I did a layer of gold deluxe cardstock in the back to anchor this. And just remember, if you're out of the gold deluxe cardstock, we do carry that on our website. If you are an insider member, you get a 20% discount on any crafting basics that we ship to you and a 40% discount on all digital downloads. Okay, so for this one, you can go ahead and you can just slide these tags in here. And for this card, you could also slide a gift card in the front and the back here as well. Totally up to you. Now for this card, I wanted to hand give it. So we are going to go and get one of ours really, really big poinsettias, and we're going to add that into the background, or not the background, we're going to add that into the foreground. We're going to add some other pieces to the background. And I'm going to put this just kind of off to the side a little bit so that you can still see the beauty of the image on the bottom, those tags, and you can offset those tags, pull them up, push them down, just fun things like that. And then you get to choose how you want to embellish this. Now, the sparkling poinsettias come with a lot of these beautiful swirls, and I feel like you can't get enough of beautiful swirls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just cut this one apart a little bit, and we're going to add some of this to the background, and then we'll pop some leaves in where we think that we need them. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring this beautiful swirl right in there. Isn't that fun how that just quickly just adds those little embellishments and you don't have to do a lot to it? I think I'm going to just do that off the side. I'm not going to worry about having things go off the edge of the card if I'm hand giving it. Sometimes when I'm hand giving it, I'll put it in a beautiful clear box, or I'll have a clear kind of cellophane envelope, or I'll just pop it in the gift box of whoever I'm giving it to, right? So I don't stress out about the what I'm going to put it into when I am just hand giving, or it's going to be part of a gift, okay? So that gives me a little bit of extra creative freedom. Now, you wouldn't have to have that going off the edge of the card if you don't want to, but that gives me the freedom to add a little bit more in there if I wanted to. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and see. We'll just see. I have all sorts of hot glue stringies in here. So we're going to go ahead and glue these two together. So it's a larger and a smaller leaf. This has a curly Q on it. This does not. And we're going to just glue these two together so they are a team. And then we'll add some hot glue to the back. And we're going to go ahead and just pop that kind of underneath that poinsettia. So you kind of have a trio of leaves coming out the side, and then that background from the swirl in there. And then we might just pop another one in here and call that finished. So this is your way to create those beautiful cards for Christmas that you dream about, and it's actually doable, it's achievable. So what I want you to do is go purchase and download the Sparkling Poinsettia Collection. That's your first step. And then I want you to print off a bunch of the flowers, a bunch of the images that you think you're going to be using. And you'll want to also go ahead and have your machine cut those out. If you don't know how that's done, let us know in the comments. We'd be happy to send you some video resources of how to get started with digital downloads. And then you can get started creating those Christmas cards with ease and actually experience the joy of creating and eliminating the stress that comes with a last-minute Christmas rush. Before I go, I wanted to share just some other pieces that I have laying here that are just waiting to be put on cards. I can't wait to share that with you. But you'll have these beautiful pieces that you can use as backgrounds for your cards. So just imagine, this again is that candle, just adding one of those little poinsettias right on top, add a couple of leaves, add it to a card base, and you've got a card. This one is one that I printed out that's small enough for an A2 size card, your 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch. Just add a beautiful poinsettia to the top here. Add a couple leaves, add your sentiment. You could add the Merry and Bright, and you're done. Or you could always add, take some beautiful background papers. Like here is a card base. This is the background. You could add this to the top, Add a poinsettia if you wanted to, totally up to you. Add your printed sentiment. I'm just giving you all sorts of ideas just on the fly here of how to make some beautiful, simple Christmas cards, right? Here's another one. This one, you're ready to just add a dimensional flower, add a couple leaves to the side, and then you can add your sentiment, whatever you want. You could stamp it in, you can print one off. Here's another one. This one would be really fun with, this border in the bottom, that in the background. You can add a poinsettia to the top of it. Add your sentiment in here, or look at this. You could flip this around. You could hang this on top. Okay, you'd hang this on top. You could add your sentiment down here. Add your poinsettia, and you have another Christmas card. This is the joy of just having a bunch of images printed out that you are ready to utilize at a moment's notice. So here you could have this way, you could have it this way. Lots of variations just based on how you want to create that card. This one you could have on here, you could have a poinsettia up here, you could glitter this up, add your little swirls, add some bigger leaves if you wanted to, and you have a beautiful Christmas card. So hopefully that inspires you. As you can tell, I am supercharged and super inspired, even though it's August. It's one of the hottest months of the year here in Indiana. Typically July trumps August, but hey, I hope you enjoy getting started on your Christmas cards. If you've started already, let us know in the comments. We'd love to see photos of what you are currently creating with the Sparkling Poinsettia collection. If you haven't started yet, I can't wait to see who's going to be the first one that shares with us right here on social media what you have been making with the Sparkling Poinsettia based on what inspired you by watching the video today. So get your Sparkling Poinsettia, get started creating, and you'll experience the joy of Christmas in August. We'll see you next time. Bye.